Hello everyone, my name is Pravus and welcome to a brand new Civilization 5 series on this channel. I did promise we would get back to this eventually. Now, this series is going to be a little bit different from some of my previous series because I'm going to be playing with mods, specifically with the Community Balance Overhaul mod pack, which does change the game rather considerably. This is the first time I've ever played with this mod pack. I do know some of the subtle differences, but as far as how to change builds orders and so on, I don't know yet, and that's going to be kind of fun. This is basically going to be a very different series in the sense that I will be exploring some new features, and I might be a little out of my depth a couple of times, so it's not going to be quite as much of a guide or a walkthrough as the last few series, but we'll see what we can do. Now, as far as what nation we want to play, well, I know I've seen quite a few suggestions in the past. They're all kind of, I don't know, I won't say that they're irrelevant, but what you were expecting might be completely different now because all of the civilizations have been rebalanced. By that I mean that, for example, let's see, where's a good example? So, Rome, when you conquer a city, the city retains all valid buildings and you immediately acquire additional territory around the city, and then you get the production bonus toward buildings presence in the capital. So, yeah, this production boost was always a thing, but now there's this whole retaining valid buildings and acquiring territory. Also, they have their own unique Colosseum, as well as their legions. Like, basically, a lot of the civilization abilities and their unique buildings and units have been completely redone. So, this is not going to be your typical game, although, of course, Poland still gets a free social policy whenever they advance. They're pretty much exactly the same as they were before, because, come on, Poland was already OP as heck. But anyway, so who are we going to be playing? I think that I'm going to stick with my original plan, and that was to play as Byzantium, and we'll see, yeah, there we go. Theodora, gotta add the feminine there. Patriarchate of Constantinople. You're always allowed to form a religion, and you can receive an additional belief when you found said religion. You are allowed to choose from beliefs already existing in other religions. So if you play as Byzantium, you're going to be playing the religion game, and that seems to be definitely true in the Community Balance mod pack as well. The difference is we can't get screwed over by an AI that got a religion significantly faster than we did. We always will get whatever beliefs we want, and that's a pretty cool advantage right there. For unique building, we have something new, the Basilica, which appears, let's see, religious pressure modifier, faith, plus 50% from the population and faith. I'm not exactly sure how to interpret that one. Then you get culture and gold from wine, incense, and amber. Amber is something new in this pack. And then it tells you ahead of time what kind of different either technologies or cultural policies and so on will give you extra effects. For example, Gnosticism will give you 3% gold and so on. It's pretty useful. And then we have the Cataphract, which I believe was in the standard game as well. This should be kind of fun. I don't usually get to play the Faith game in Civilization 5, so I am looking forward to that. Let's go to some additional maps. What else should we play as? Something different, something cool. Boreal? No. Could do Europe. We could do Four Corners. Frontier? What's a cool map type here? I think we are going to go for an oval playthrough. An oval-shaped Pangea with random bays and carving into the sides. That sounds kind of fun. Now, I had thought originally of shifting down the difficulty level to King, just kind of give myself at least a little bit of breathing room as I learn some new mechanics, but then I realized you guys really want to see me suffer in these playthroughs and really ramp up some difficulty, so we're going to keep it on Emperor. I had originally also thought about bumping it up to Immortal, and I was like, that's insane. No, I won't do that. So we'll stick with the Emperor difficulty. It's still very hard. It's still relatively standard for me, I think, and allows me the freedom to play the game at a relatively safe pace and still make good commentary. So otherwise, I think we are good to go. Let's go ahead and set up the game and see where we start off. Okay, welcome to Civilization 5, the Community Balance mod. Let's go ahead and set this off to research. So it looks like from the immediate vicinity, I see some salt and some amber, which is a new resource type in this Community Balance mod pack. We're going to be coastal. A bit of forest, some hills. Let's explore a little bit. We found even more amber. Okay, that's pretty good. And there's another body of water over here. This actually seems like a totally okay starting location, but I'm going to bump it over just one, like so. And we'll found our first city right here. Constantinople. Alright, not bad. So now we have immediate access to salt and amber. Amber appears to have some production because it's in the hills, as well as some culture. That's pretty cool. So, within the community balance mod, there should be a whole bunch of new luxury resources, which will be kind of fun, I think. And there's also this new concept of monopolies, which I don't think I'll get too much into right now, but basically if we own, I don't think all of a research, like all this particular luxury resource, but like 80 or 90% or something like that, a dominant amount, then we get extra bonuses. So for salt, if we have a monopoly, whatever that number may be, then we get 20% of food growth in all owned cities, which is phenomenal. Amber gives 2 science from all resource tiles, which is, again, phenomenal. So, you know, some pretty cool things we have to pay attention to as far as where we expand. Maybe it's not worth getting as much diversity as much as trying to focus on getting a monopoly and conquering any neighbors that have those resources as well. Maybe, maybe not. We're going to find out. Okay, so as far as starting with some research, the technology itself is more or less unchanged in the sense that you'll recognize pretty much everything here, with I think the one major exception being corporation technology right here. That's a whole different aspect to the late game that we have to worry about. But as far as what each technology does, that might be a little bit different for you. For example, the theology right here, I just noticed, that looks like the Kremlin, but it's actually the Cathedral of St. Basil or Basil. I've heard it both ways, actually, but I don't really know. I think it's St. Basil. Anyway, so yeah, that looks like the Kremlin, but it's a totally new national wonder. And if we go to something a bit more immediate, for example, the Wheel starts us off with Chariot Archer and a Council. Now, Council is basically the closest thing to the early game library we're going to get, because you'll notice that writing is way back here, and that's where the library is located. So if you want to get your early science production, you don't go for a library, you now go for the Council. And of course, everything else got rebalanced as well. Pottery allows for Stonehenge, which gives you a free council, as well as some faith and culture, and it is nuke immune, whatever that's, you know, I presume other buildings can get destroyed by nukes. Great engineer points, so on and so forth. There's a lot of cool stuff to be had. I think I'm going to go for, what do we want to start off with? I could start off with animal husbandry, but I think I don't know. It's either the Wheel or pottery, probably pottery to start us off, and that should be fine. As far as what we want to build, I think getting a scout is still probably the best early game choice. So my build order, until I see some new information, is not going to change that much. We'll see. Okay, I see some mountains over here to the north. That should be kind of useful. And some more amber. Okay, so founding a city in this general direct vicinity, kind of close to some mountains, might not only give us some better science production from observatories, assuming those still work the way they used to, but also could give us some more amber. Nice, some ruins. I imagine the goody huts are extremely valuable to us in this mod pack. You find a nomadic tribe that wishes to join your civilization. We get some additional land, so cool. Does not appear to have given us another civilian, though. So this actually didn't do a lot for us besides making it so that I don't think other civilizations can cross around us anymore unless this is just a lake. So we just blocked them off. They can't explore too much. Nice. What's this? Tea! Monopoly bonus. 3 production from resource tiles. That is amazing. Yeah, I like the idea of tea being in the game. That makes total sense. Hey, we already met somebody. Spain. It's Isabella. She generally doesn't like me very much, especially if I am competing on the religion front. Alright, there's some more salt over there. She does not. She usually goes for a faith build herself, and she doesn't really appreciate competition. She's just that kind of person, you know what I mean? Let's see. Found some cocoa. There's Spain right there. Alright. So I do have a close-by neighbor. We might want to do some early aggression against her. I haven't really decided at this point. Constantinople has already grown. Excellent. Another civilian. We are working what tiles? Currently just food, which is fine. I could switch that over to start producing some early culture and production, though. And that might get us some cultural policies faster than anyone else. Is that important to us, though? Probably not. I think it might be better for us to get some salt instead, because that will still get us food. So we're basically trading away 1 food for 2 hammers, and the extra productivity might give us an early edge in this game. I'm not too sure yet. Alright, Scout, go do your thing. Explore automated. Let's see, some more rivers along this direction. Alright, we need to build something else. What should we build? I could build a worker and start taking advantage of these once I get the technology, but it may be a little while. Let's stick with my standard build order and start working on a monument. Pottery is done. Excellent. We found some more ruins. Our scout is making a beeline for that already, so that seems just fine to me. Let's pop our warrior down here. I'm going to start working on animal husbandry, I think. Now, it is tempting to say, let's go for Stonehenge, so that I can start... Stonehenge, sorry, not hedge. Stonehenge, so that I can start getting some extra faith and culture early in the game. Might not be a bad idea, honestly, depending. Hey, look, we found a city-state. This is new, Cahokia. Cahokia is... What is this symbol? What is this new thing here? Glass. Oh, that's a new resource available to us. Okay. They are neutral right now. We can, of course, do some standard... Well, not standard, actually. I was going to say, we can't really... I was going to say we could just give them money, but no. We can gift them units to get influence, or we can spend money to improve their resources. That's interesting. I think the diplomacy system in this game has been completely reworked with this mod pack as well. There should be something now called Great Diplomats, and they are great people. Just like your great scientists and your great engineers. Exactly what that means yet, I don't know. Alright, social policies have been completely overhauled. So we have tradition, we have progress instead of liberty, we have authority, piety, statecraft, aesthetics, industry, imperialism, and rationalism. And they all do new things. So for example, under progress, let's see, if I look at the starting tenets, we get science whenever a citizen is born, and it scales with era, and we get 10 culture whenever a technology is researched. It focuses a lot, basically, on extra cultural and scientific progress in a nation, which is pretty good for those who want to build tall. Organization is something new. Food and culture when they build buildings. Expertise, production toward buildings. Liberty for a worker, that's normal. Equality is something different. Fraternity is different. Notice that progress does not give you a free settler. That has been changed. Now we have authority, and authority will give you a free settler with Imperium. So if we look at the descriptions here, tradition focuses on generating great people and the construction of an impressive capital. Progress is best for civilizations that desire robust infrastructure and scientific advancement. Authority will benefit warlike and expansionist civilizations alike. So basically, the people who like to go for their early expand might find that authority is actually now their best pick. Piety still focuses on religion and also trade now. Statecraft is good for global diplomacy. Aesthetics is still good for culture and tourism. Industry for gold and production. Imperialism for military power in the late game, particularly naval and air supremacy. And rationalism is better for food growth and science output. A lot of things to pay attention to. Now, I'm thinking we will go down the tradition tree because tradition and piety historically go really well together. And let me see if I can show you what tradition does. So while I show you that progress gives you a whole bunch of different passive bonuses, tradition also does that, but it gives you free buildings in your capital that do more things. So if we focus on tradition, we'll immediately get 3 culture and 2 food in the capital. Not bad. We'll also get 5% growth in all cities, and every policy we pick up is another 4% growth in all cities and 1 food in the capital. In other words, by the end of tradition, because there are 5 policies, we'll end up having an extra 7 food in the capital and 25% growth in all cities. That's pretty cool. We can also see that adopting all of the policies allow for the hanging gardens, some other things as far as great people, blah, 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 blah. We'll find out more about that as we go. Justice. Cities with a garrison gain ranged combat strength, and then we get a free royal guardhouse in the capital, which gives you defense, hit points, and production. The sovereignty gives a culture cost reduction, don't care about that. Court chapel gives you faith. So if we want to go for an early piety thing, this is basically like getting a free shrine in our capital. So that's actually pretty good because this will give us some really early game faith generation as opposed to having to spend a lot of our production building a shrine. So that's pretty cool, I think. Ceremony, palace and national wonders with building requirements gain 2 happiness. A court astrologer gives us some science. Splendor, expending a great person grants golden age points and culture. Palace gardens gives us some writing slots, food, and culture from monuments, gardens, and baths, which is pretty darn good. Lots of culture generation from Splendor. Majesty. Specialists in the capital consume half the food. Now, I believe... where did this come from? What was the specialist with half the food? That was either a civilization ability. Was it Korea? I can't remember anymore. Or was that... No, all specialists in Korea generate science. I don't remember. In the base game, there was something about this, but this has now been moved to tradition and majesty. We also would get a state treasury, which gives us extra gold. And all great people are born by another 15% in all cities, which is amazingly good. So I think we're going to go for tradition. I think there's actually some really good strategic arguments for all 3 now. We're probably going to go for tradition and then piety. And from there, I'm not entirely sure yet. It would be kind of fun to go for a cultural victory, but the good thing about faith is that a religion is pretty easily tailored to whatever late-game strategy you want to follow. So if you want to have a faith that is really focused on gold production or science or diplomacy, we could do that, or we could focus a lot on culture. I haven't really decided yet. It's going to depend a lot on how this game shapes up, but it would be pretty fun to do that, I think. All right, continue to explore, sir. Let's see what else we will have. I want to get these ruins, obviously. So now we got some spearmen. Nice, that will save me a little bit of time. Hopefully nobody gets this ruin. It is pretty close to Spain, but it doesn't seem she has noticed. I found some more amber, 2 of them over here. Okay, good to know if we ever do want to get a monopoly, and considering that extra 2 signs from all resource tiles is pretty darn good, maybe we do. Maybe that gives us a huge technological advantage. It depends on how large the map is and how much amber there actually is in the world. We will see. Alright, looks like we are going to get that ruin. Nice. We got mining for free. Pretty cool. More salt has been found. Good, good, good. Haven't found any barbarians yet. I think I'm going to send the spearman back down this direction. Let the scout kind of do his thing. And we'll use a spearman to kind of figure out what's over here. This is a fractal map again, so it's kind of hard to predict exactly how this is going to work. Alright, we can now build a well. That's a new building. Let's see. Plus 2 food, plus 20% citizen food production, or something like that. And then additional hammer, and 20% citizen hammers, or something like that. I'm not sure how to read that. I think this is saying that it would give me an extra 20% food and production boost based on my citizen population and what tiles they're working. I think it looks pretty darn good. The question is, do I want to go for that, or do I want to go for Stonehenge? Going for Stonehenge is a very risky play, I think, but it could be pretty fun. Let's go for Stonehenge. I want to give it a shot. See how that works out. We're about to get our 3rd citizen, so we're going to try to get as many hammers as possible now. Let's see. Forget the food, work the hammers. You forget the food, work the hammers. So we're going to try to build this thing as fast as we can. We did manage to shave off like 7 turns. Oh, but we do have some starvation, so maybe I can't quite be that gutsy. Alright, I guess we will stick with some food then. I definitely don't want my population to starve. That would be terrible, especially right now, because that would probably mean that next turn we would lose this 3rd pop that we just got, so that would be tragic. I don't really want to do that. Animal husbandry is done, and we've met Riga. Cool, I recognize that from EU4. Tons of sheep down here. Good, that's a lot of strategic resources, technically. I think we get science out of that, if we get the monopoly on amber, which maybe we will, maybe we won't. I'm going to go for sovereignty in the early game to try and get that extra faith boost, so now we are producing 2, and I haven't built a shrine yet. That should give us a pretty nice early game advantage. We could work on something like the wheel, we could work on trapping, we could do something else. Reveal the iron? Not sure that's quite relevant to us yet. Why don't we go for trapping and unlock the archers? I think that might be better. And we'll send the spearmen down to my east. See if there's anything new. Okay. Borders of Constantinople have grown. Now we have some sheep available to us. Let's go ahead and take this guy off and put him here. Now I think they'll be starving again. No, not quite, actually, so we're okay. Not bad, not bad. Alright, so yeah, we'll have a little bit of extra hammer production. We're down to 12 turns now. Now I can speed this up. You can do that for a regular build. Oh, we found Assyria. Well, hello. We can do that for buildings and for purchasing units. It's a little bit different now. So, does it have an explanation here? I can't tell. I don't... Maybe we can't actually put any money towards Stonehenge. When you have enough gold, you can spend it on units or buildings. Investing... Okay, there it is down over here. Investing gold in a building reduces its production cost by 50%, or 25% if a wonder. Gotcha. So it used to be that you would spend some money and it would instantly create a unit or it would instantly create a building. Not so anymore. You just speed it up. Which as a result, I'm pretty sure everything is a little bit cheaper than it was before. So it doesn't say that I'm allowed to spend money on this. Where's the option to do so? Maybe I have to cancel you? And why can't I do this? You do not have enough gold to buy this. I certainly do. It says 41. I have enough money for that. Not too sure why it won't let me do that. Interesting. You don't have enough gold to buy this either. I'm not sure what the... Oh, wait. Okay, so this little icon right here says 81 gold to buy the worker, but down here it says the cost is 200 gold. So I'm not really sure how that works. If I look at Stonehenge, This one doesn't tell me a cost, so I have no idea. By the way, it also gives me free 50 faith when completed, and I receive a free council in the city. Nice. I don't know. I guess that's something I'm going to have to kind of figure out as time goes on. I see another city-state over here. Assyria appears to be stuck on this side of the borders. This is... Oh! The Celts. Hello, Boudica. Okay, you also typically go for a little bit of a faith game, and a pantheon has already been founded. Well, that's interesting. Epona the Great Mare. I'm pretty sure that in this mod pack, the Celts get some unique pantheons available to them, and I'm pretty sure this is one of them, so that should be for the Celts. The Celts are protecting Riga, are they? Okay. Well, let's go ahead and meet Ormus. They have nothing to offer us, but our friendship increases by 6 for just having met them. They have some cotton, and the monopoly for cotton is 3 gold from all resource tiles. Okay. This guy can now be upgraded. Survivalism? No, I think we will go for trailblazers, and we're going to double our movement in jungles and forests. I want to be able to scout quickly in this particular game. And let's tell them to continue moving. Hey, it's America! Okay, an honor to meet you too, sir. Thank you kindly. Alright, well, I think we're going to have to end this video here. It's a pretty promising start. I like the sheer number of resources available to us. Some amber, salt, silk will give us quite a bit of happiness. Plenty of cattle and sheep to work as well. Some tundra down here, so we're probably on the pretty far south of this planet, but we'll see. Tea. The only close-by neighbor we've found thus far is Madrid. I'm not sure where we're going to go for a second expansion yet. I'm looking up here and thinking this could be amazing, but we'll see. Thank you all for watching. I do hope you have enjoyed this video and are excited for this series because this is going to be very different for me. I'm looking forward to playing something new, and I hope you are too. Hit that like button, leave a comment, subscribe for my future content, and I, as always, will see you guys next time.